you've mentioned about how businesses can die if they don't evolve. So should developers or development as a profession, should they be worried?
I think so. So there's something coming, and I think there's a couple million developers worldwide. There's going to be a lot of them out of a job. If you look when you're looking at content online, if you see people referencing things about coding or vibe coding, have a look at the comments and see what comments people are leaving. Okay. I think you're looking at there's people who don't know what they're doing saying that's amazing. A lot of developers saying it's never going to write production code. It's useless. It can't replace me. That's the mindset I've seen from a lot of people online that are in the development space.
And does that worry you?
It doesn't worry me because I'm not thinking like that. I know that it's going to change and I'm trying to change it myself. So we're actively working on AI tools to build AI products that help development. So our DevReady.AI platform, when I started that 2 years ago, my goal was to put myself out of a job. So I'm trying to help design software using AI. And now we're going to look at coding like these other platforms. So I'm trying to push that envelope as well in our own way because I know it's coming and that's how I think we can do it. It doesn't worry me that they're thinking like that because there's a lot of people that don't like change. So you can't get them to see the benefit if they're not going to play with it. But as soon as you play with it, if you're open-minded enough, you'll make those connections and see that it's coming and you have to understand how or why and what it's going to do to you.
Tell us a bit more about the DevReady.AI platform.
Yeah, so that was, I think I started actually typing on the keyboard to write the code in February 2023. So once ChatGPT came out, I think it was November 2022, I didn't get on board with it until at the start of 2023, a couple months later. And then one night it just clicked that I can actually do all of the work that I'm doing by hand, which is as an architect and product owner, like writing and planning, designing requirements, modules, features, user stories. I could get the model to work with us to ideate. So I just started prototyping and exploring. And over the course of that year in 2023, I probably rewrote code 2-3 times because the frameworks were changing so fast and things was getting out of date that I had to just try and experiment my way through building a process that will deliver work for us. Since then, we've put it out in the market as a rough experiment just to test people pay for this. We've got about 10 to 15 users paying for it monthly at the moment. We've had 450 people go through the free version.
Okay.
And then internally, every product we use, it's a great return, but we're shifting it more towards developers rather than startups at the moment. So we're building tools internally that are going to improve our processes, and that goes into that product.
Okay.
But I'm in the product every day planning our delivery of software. So our DevReady process now uses that as supporting system to help us go through everything faster. So we go through a survey initially, answer some questions about what you want the product to do. That came about because you may know as a consultant, when you talk to clients, sometimes they don't know how to explain their idea.
Yes.
So what we do is we've got an AI to help you answer the questions after you give it an initial statement. And then now you can refine that idea and you get rid of sort of like that blank page syndrome where people don't know how to start. That then turns into a brief. We then expand that brief into features or modules. Those modules turn into user stories. The user stories turn into acceptance criteria. And then that's like a scope of a product. And then we're looking at storyboarding and agent workflows on top of that to help you design and manage it more broadly.
So if somebody's subscribing to that platform, are they able to execute it end-to-end by themselves, or would they need
For the design, yes, not the development. We're bringing in an MCP server. So that's a model context protocol, if you're familiar with it. So we can provide context to any AI programming tool with what you've designed. Okay. So it'll know how you want to build the product. It'll know what your requirements are. It'll know what your acceptance criteria are. And then we're looking at doing a more broader end-to-end from design to delivery over the coming months with some agents.
That sounds very exciting.
It is. Now that the agents have the capability, we don't have to worry about how we build agents that write code. It's how do we use the agents to write better code.